another party.
Which way do they go? They go busy. Welcome to 8th grade promotion. I'm Laura Parker, and we are excited about presenting our 8th graders this morning. You guys will go ahead and have a seat.
Welcome, welcome. So today we're going to be doing our 8th grade promotion for the class of 2023, Kentucky School for the Blind. Also, middle school awards are going to take place. In just a minute, all the amazing teachers that these students get to work with are going to come up and be doing awards and words of wisdom, as they said. And so, 8th graders, I got a question for you. You want to be a success in high school? You want to have a good time in high school?
Yeah.
How about middle schoolers? You want to have a good time next year? Yeah, we give you 3 things to do. Ready? Number 1, work hard. Nothing beats hard work. Nothing. Hard work will overcome just about anything that you come across in life. 2, pick good friends. And we're lucky here. We have a great culture. We really support each other. Pick good friends. Those 2 big things. I'm going to give you a third one. Sometimes this is the toughest one. Tell the truth. To yourself and to others. And if you do that, it's not just going to be a good high school year. You can do that the rest of your life, and it will help. That's my only words. All right, Miss Fisher. Melissa Fisher is going to come up. She's going to present some awards for our outstanding 8th grade students.
Good morning. I am Melissa Fisher, the middle school math teacher here at KSB. Today, I have the honor to speak about 2 of the 8th graders who are anxiously awaiting for me to sing. But to their disappointment, I have decided to rest my singing voice today and to speak about them instead. Ben Adams and Loyalty Curry Sales. I will begin with Ben Adams. Ben first started at KSB during his 6th grade year. Ben's teachers describe him as happy, smart, a thinker who has a growth mindset, reflective, not afraid to share his thoughts, and a lifelong learner. Some of the things Ben has learned while in middle school are math is easy and hard, but algebra is hard. Lots of things in science and social studies. The teachers are nice. I don't always get what I want. Miss Fisher is a good singer, laugh out loud. Some things are hard and others are not. And Trey is a good friend. Over the past 3 years, I have had the opportunity to see Ben develop into the teenager he is today. I have learned Ben is a master of the iPad and all things Minecraft. Ben, I would like to share a quote with you that I found in a book called Minecraft the Island. Great risks come with great reward. This quote means if you take a risk, a great reward may follow. So Ben, I challenge you to try new things in high school. Maybe a sport or a play or a new game. And maybe, just maybe, you will have a great reward of liking it. I want to congratulate Ben on his 8th grade promotion and wish you the best of luck next year. As you start high school, don't fear the creeper. I will miss you, buddy.
I will miss you too, Miss Fisher.
The next student I have the privilege to speak about today is Loyalty Curry Sales. Loyalty joined KSB at the beginning of this school year. We're so happy she did because she doubled our 8th grade girl population. Loyalty's teachers describe her as energetic, intelligent, creative, a team player, and a student who models being exemplary even when she doesn't feel like it. Some of the things Loyalty has learned while in middle school: choose your friends wisely. Miss Fisher is an amazing singer. KSB is the best blind school she has been to. That she can't please everyone. Miss B is the best sports director. Don't try to change yourself for anyone. And enjoy middle school while it lasts, because you can't redo it. Although I have only taught Loyalty for a year, I have enjoyed having her in my class. She has been a role model student. I would like to share one of my favorite quotes with her. What if I fall? Oh, my darling, what if you fly? Loyalty, if you really want a life that you love, you're going to have to take risks to get there. And sure, you might fall. In fact, you probably will. Nothing good comes easy, but every failure is a stepping stone to success. And eventually, you'll fly. Congratulations, Loyalty, on your 8th grade promotion. I hope that you fly. Next is Ms. Parker.
Hello, I have the privilege of speaking about Miss Gabriela Garcia. I didn't really think I would get teary-eyed, but I'm getting a little teary-eyed. Good heart, good head on her shoulders, good problem solver, good student, good teammate. Gabriela Garcia is good at all these things and more. In the world of faith, Gabriela means hero. Gabriela is definitely one of my heroes. 3 years ago, I met Gabby in a little Zoom square on the first day of school. And now here I am talking about someone I care about so much. Gabby is going places because she is resilient and determined. During the last 3 years, Gabby has grown into a beautiful young adult who is ready to fly. And I look so forward to hearing about all the great things she is going to achieve in high school and beyond. Gabby Garcia, I am so excited for you and so proud of you and everything you have done.
Good morning, I'm Mr. Springer, I'm the social studies teacher here, and I have the pleasure of talking about Hudson. And so, well, there's a lot to say about this young man. His teachers would summarize him as being a hard worker, conscientious, extremely friendly. His classmates would say the same thing. I had the pleasure to start each day with Hudson my first period. I had the pleasure, now if you spend any time with Hudson, you'll quickly realize that his brain is always thinking and always asking questions, which is great. He's a thinker. Most mornings, actually probably every morning, he would start off by asking me, Mr. Springer, you know what? And then he would go on and tell me about a story about whatever he was thinking about, usually something that he had done or watched or learned about the night before. I know he values his family and oftentimes talks about his mom and his dad, who seem very involved with teaching things after school. I would say both of them are his heroes, who he absolutely adores and talks graciously about. Mom and Dad know that your efforts do not go unnoticed with Hudson. Now, Hudson, as you start high school, I encourage you to continue to be curious and to continue asking questions. Don't ever stop. Continue to persevere when things are tough, even when technology is not cooperating. Never settle for anything and always have a growth mindset to reach your full potential. I have thoroughly enjoyed being your teacher this year, and I look forward to working with you as you go into high school. Have an amazing summer. Thank you. That's it. Now I introduce Ms. Catherine Dow.
Hello, I'm Catherine Dow. I'm one of the middle school teachers, and I'm fortunate enough to speak about Trey Mozzie. Trey has attended KSB since kindergarten, and I have been fortunate enough to have him for the past 4 years. He is a very sweet, kind, and social young man. He has made many gains this year in self-advocacy and in speech. He is very social. He excels in music, and he always reminds Miss Baker when it is time to change the bells. He loves his tactile symbols, and he is our tactile symbol champion.
Good job, Drew.
Good morning. I'm here to talk about our last two 8th grade students. First is Wyatt Wilson. Wyatt is a young, sweet boy. He loves to give hugs and is very polite. He assists others when it is needed, and I enjoy having him in the class. This year, he created one of the best plays that was read by our Braille performers. It was a very funny action story and about a convenience store robber. He is quite enjoyed having class, and I wish him very well in his high school career. I want you, just like Mr. Coffey had said, to continue to work hard. Work hard. Our last student is David East. David East is a very smart, always helpful young man. David has been a joy to have in my class these past 3 years. He never hesitates to assist others, just like Wyatt. He assists the students and he assists the other teachers. David, like Wyatt, is a great storyteller, and I think he may have a future in writing as well. David, continue to write and continue to do well in high school, and congratulations to both of you. Next is Ms. Fisher, who will present the certificate. Yes, Ms. Fisher first.
All right, students, as I say your name, if you will stand up, please, to receive your certificate. Wait till I say your name. Ben Adams. Loyalty Curry Sales. Gabby Garcia. Hudson Lovett. Trey Mozzie III. Wyatt Wilson. David Yeast. We now present to you the 8th grade class of 2023.
If you can't tell, we multitask at KSB, so we're going to be doing the middle school awards here in just a second. 8th grade are going to come back in, and then we'll start doing the middle school awards for the afternoon. Let's see. Okay. Laura Parker will be starting off our middle school awards. And real quick note, parents, if you intend on taking your child with you, where are you at, Ms. Whitley?
I'm ready.
Ms. Whitley's over here, she has a sign out sheet you have to do.
I've already gotten, I think, most of y'all.
Awesome.
So, yep.
One of the funnest things we get to do at the end of the year is just think about how far our kids have come. And you don't get the inside glimpse that we get, but when I picture them from, especially some of them on their first little square of Zoom a few years ago, or their first day in middle school, trying to navigate their way around and travel, and then see how they become so good at so many things like traveling and getting to lunch and being independent and finding their way everywhere around this campus and socializing and just changing so much. It's just a really cool thing. So the middle school awards are just a really fun thing that we get to do as teachers. Since I am starting off, I'm gonna start with my scientist. And science is extra fun to give awards for just because I get the privilege of helping our students make meaning of the world around them. And it's just kind of a really cool thing. So I am going to start with Mr. Joseph Turpin, super scientist of the 6th grade. If Joseph, if you would like to come up here, please, and get this award. You have done an another awesome 6th grade super scientist, and it was really hard to pick because we have so many great 6th grade scientists. But the other 6th grade super scientist is Ms. Nina Weller. You will come up and get your award. Miss Sheemy Willoughby. Sheemy, if you will come up and get your Sheemy All right, and you've already heard from this wonderful 8th grader, or about this wonderful 8th grader, but my scientist award for 8th grade goes to Loyalty Curry Sales. Okay, and our other Super Scientist Award goes to our dear Mr. Trey Mousy. And we love it so much, the way you help us with science vocabulary and partnering with our peers. And this is your award for being a super scientist. Okay. What? Okay. So I have done mine, and I'm going to bring up Mr. Adam Springer, and he is going to present our social studies.
All right, it's me once again. So I have one award out for one of my students in the middle school, and I call it the Historian Award. And though it was difficult, this is the one student that anytime we have start off class, usually I try to get some background information, like what do they know? And this one student always seems to have some kind of background information, no matter what I'm asking about, whether it's ancient Rome, or whether it's modern day world history, whatever is going on, like she usually knows and has some information. And that Historian Award goes to Miss Addison Clark.
Clarkson, there you go. Amazing job.
And so I'm not sure who's next on that round. I don't have the list, so I'll let the next award come up.
All right, so I have some math awards. I'm going to start with 8th grade. So I have 2 8th grade math awards. Mine both go to our 2 8th grade girls. So they had quite a math, let's just say a math road this year. They spent some of their day at another school, and then they came back. So they were with us as a whole class for math, and then they had their own class for math, and then they were back with the whole group as math, and then they did kind of individual math and then whole group math. So they really stuck with it, and they did individual learning and group learning, and they never complained at all, and I was really impressed with both of them. So Gabby Garcia and Loyalty Curry Sales. Then for my 7th grader, math goes to Sheeny Willoughby. She loves math so much that she actually during weekends and spring break and winter break asked for extra math just so that she could not get bored. So she'll probably ask for math for the summer. She just hasn't done that yet, right, Sheeny? So, and then my 6th grade mathematician is Jose Echeverria.
Okay, Mr. Johnson, our English language arts teacher, is going to present some awards now.
All right, hello. I will start with sixth grade. This sixth grade student loves to read and write, loves performing when we read. She's a joy to have in class, always has a smile on her face. Miss Haley Hittner.
There you go. Congratulations.
Next will be seventh grade. This student also loves to read, and something has to stop her actually from reading when we're doing other work. Miss Sheeny Willoughby. And then for eighth grade, our new student, she's very intelligent, always does her work, and is a joy to have in class. Loyalty, courage.
The next person who's gonna present our awards is Miss Pam Cox. If you'll come this way, Miss Cox. And here is the podium and the microphone. You're right in front of it. So if you will give Braille and technology awards.
This student has fallen in love with Braille. She would write Braille all day long if we let her, and also at home, on weekends, etc. If you need to know how to spell the word ostrich, just ask her. She has learned so much Braille in 1 year. She knows most of the alphabet words. She can do Braille. I give the Braille Star Award to Muska Ali. I'm presenting this award on behalf of Ms. Wilkinson, who could not be here. This award goes to our sweet, smart, wonderful girl. The most improved technology award goes to Miss Haley Hittner.
And next, we have Miss Donna Meyer, our physical therapist on campus, and she is going to get a physical therapist.
So I actually have two middle school PT awards. The first award goes to a young man. Oh, is he in here? Hopefully he's in here. Anyway, this young man, when you come into middle school and you do physical therapy, you move from elementary physical therapy, which is like code for play with crazy toys in my room, go down slides, and have lots of fun. Well, when you start to transition into the work of PT, the exercises on the mat, you can't just ride a bike in here and call it PT. It's a difficult transition. And this gentleman would find all ways to get out of his work. He would have to go to the bathroom 4 times. Then he would, have all kinds of reasons and would just point to the bicycle. So it was very fun to watch his progress. We used the bicycle as a reward, and I have a para who is in there with me, and we are both amazed how much progress this young man has made this year. So one of the PT middle school awards goes to Nick Fields. And for those of you, I'm giving out a trophy. It's of a man that looks like he's about to jump off, and that would be Nick jumping off the treadmill. But now he stays on it. And look. And my next PT award, I'm going to take a note from Miss Parker about how amazingly fun it is to be able to watch these kids grow. So, to hang, talk about getting emotional. I met this young man when he was 5 years old, and he actually didn't like my slide, didn't like the bike, not sure he liked me. We taught this young man how to crawl, and I remember the first meeting, and his mom said, he doesn't crawl. His doctor said he's not gonna crawl, it's okay not to crawl, and I'm like, he's gonna crawl. And we taught him how to crawl. He crawled up the slide, he crawled across the mat. Crawling was no longer anything we had to work on. We moved through the toys of elementary, moved to the machines, and transitioned him this year into a group class where his social skills just went off the charts. He was appropriate on the things that were hard, and then towards the end of the year asked me to make things harder, which was super fun to watch. I cannot wait to watch him grow into high school. And so the PT award is for Trey Mouse. And the little guy on his trophy is doing like a karate kick because Trey was also one of my favorite yogis during the pandemic. He could do all kinds of yoga moves and probably rocks the yoga world.
Thank you, Ms. Meyer. And now we're going to have our wonderful music teacher who is such a big year for her. Please come forward, Ms. Tabitha Ward, and give your music award.
I'm actually going to start with the Arts Awards, and then I'll introduce two wonderful musicians to join me. Music teachers. We have a privilege of working with a group of people in the community, and they are called KMAC, Kentucky Museum of Arts and Crafts, and they supply us with 2 artists per semester. And some of my students sitting out in the audience, middle schoolers, have had these teachers for quite some time if they've been here throughout at KSB. Well, so I get the honor of being in the class with the students as the certified teacher and kind of helping the artists along and kind of observing who's doing great work. And they all, I'm sure that you all have seen their projects throughout the years, and especially this year and what they did. So I have 2 top medal awards for the art program in middle school. And hearing their names a lot, these 2 girls go together. Gabby Garcia and Loyalty Curry. And I had a most improved. This student's been in art for many years with me and with KMAC, and the artists definitely would agree with this. I did consult with them quite a bit throughout the year. And this person, you know, she has come leaps and bounds as to what she'll do in art and made huge improvements, and the most improved award goes to Addie Clarkson in art. And a couple of honorable mentions in art. The first, these are 2 young ladies who came to our school a little bit later in the year. I know one of them kind of more at the beginning, and then the other young lady towards the end of the year. And I've seen fantastic artwork from them, and I know one of the young ladies also did some projects at home that I heard about. So I wanted to make sure that everybody's encouraged, you know, do your stuff at home too. You don't have to just do it here at school. Art can be anywhere. So those two honorable mention participants or recipients of the awards of honorable mention in art are Shimi Willoughby and Tiani Watkins. Okay, Mr. Honey and Mr. White are going to join me, and they're going to start with their medals and ribbon award winners, and then we'll do the whole slew of participation ribbons like we do every year. So I'll let them take over for just a moment.
Hi there, I'm Wade Honey, and I'm going to be presenting the Top Medal Awards for music. The first student, she's was new to us, and we already had some people that we had on instruments we hadn't before, so we were like, why don't you play marimba? And so we started our marimba, and she excelled, and she was always just so positive, a hard worker, and she's a good musician too, so we're excited to see what she will do in high school. It's Loyalty Curry Sales. This next one's kind of funny. Teachers make mistakes too. During our performance, the student was all ready to play her big drum part, and we didn't have one of the drums ready for her. So what she did, what a musician does, she just played something different and was still fine in the song. So she would get an award just for that, but on top of that, she has a great attitude, and she's made so much progress this year. This is for Vina Weller. Our last one is a great little piano player. That's not a secret. But the reason she's getting this is because she was helpful. She would learn her part, and she would encourage other students, and she would actually kind of help us keep the song going. And her attitude was just was so great. I mean, I felt like we made a lot of progress on the instrument and working in the group this year. So this goes to Abby Clarkson.
Congratulations, Addie.
Hi there, my name is Brian White, and I have the honor of giving the most improved medal to a young lady who's completely changed from one instrument to another instrument, and did so voluntarily. And she started off not knowing a thing about playing guitar, and is now rocking a scale, going up and down, playing solos with her ensemble. Our most improved medal goes to Haley Hittner. All these awards are so difficult. We sit and ponder over them and go, well, but the, what, then I, what. So we had to come up with a single name. Most honorable mention ribbon is one of our great performers who also excelled at the marimba and her ensemble. And we couldn't be more proud of Shimi Willoughby.
All right, middle schoolers, are you ready for Mr. White and Mr. Honey to do all the work? Stand up and just stay put. If you're a middle schooler, stand up. I'm going to start listing everyone's name so that you're recognized. They're going to give you a participation ribbon, and everyone holds your applause until the end. Look at them, they got a head start on me. Nick Fields, Hillary Jarbo, Trey Mawsey, Ben Adams, Muska Ali, Addie Clarkson, Loyalty Curry Sales, Jose Echeverria, Gabby Garcia, Owen Harris, McKenna Herod, Haley Hittner, Hudson Levitt, Joseph Turpin, Kai Turpin, Tiani Watkins, Vina Weller, Shima Willoughby, Wyatt Wilson, and David East, and we'll give them a couple more minutes to finish getting those out. You all sitting together helped them out today, a lot of you all. I cannot thank Mr. Honey and Mr. White enough from this year. I won't go into it very much because I'm trying to keep in my zone for the next 3 days. And I'm not gonna get emotional. So, after they finish, if everyone will give these wonderful middle school students a round of applause. How many schools have all of their middle schoolers involved in music and performing and playing instruments? I don't know, but KSB is very fortunate. And I wanted to say one thing, and you're gonna hear this 3 times today, students, if you attend, or within the next 2 days, you're gonna hear this 3 times, because I wanna make sure that I say it to everyone, all of my students. Every so often on my email, I put a little special quote at the end, a little signature quote, and I changed it this morning. And it says, "You have taught me more than I ever could have taught you." So thank you, that goes to all of you students. So I hope to get to see you today and tomorrow, everyone, okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Rourke. Now, Mr. Matthew Farwell is going to give our physical education award.
Hi, everyone. My name's Mr. Farwell, as Ms. Parker introduced me as, and I am our PE teacher. This 8th grade group is really special for me. I started in their 6th grade year in the middle of COVID, so they got to meet me, I got to meet them, as Ms. Parker said, through a little square box. So all of the kind of turbulence and changes that their body and their minds go through in middle school, they kind of grew with me in my career as a teacher. Before I get to the 8th graders though, I also have some younger student awards. So the first is for a 6th grader. They joined us this year, and they joined a group of students who had been together for many years, most of them, and kind of knew how class runs and what my expectations are, but this student picked up on them really quick and was a great role model and a positive leader for the rest of his peers, which as a new student to the school is really difficult. So the PE newcomer of the year is Jose Echeverria. All right, our second award relates to kind of how you act, and something that we talk a lot about is etiquette and the way you treat yourself and your peers and sportsmanship and how that all kind of ties into PE. And I think that ties in really nicely to something we talk about every single day at KSB, and that's our PAWS Awards. Positive thinking, act responsibly, work hard, show respect. All things that we talk a lot about in PE, and we have one student, I think, in 6th grade who really demonstrates PAWS perfectly, better than anybody else I can think of. They're always respectful, they're always positive. You never have to ask them to work hard, and they are nothing but respectful at all times. So the PE PAWS Award goes to Vina Weller. Next, jumping up to our 8th graders. The first 8th grade award I want to give is somebody I picked on a little bit last night. They are one of the most energetic people I know. They are always ready as soon as they come into the gym to do something, to get active, to move their body. And I know it's something they do at home a lot also. And you never have to worry about trying to get this person motivated to get moving, or it's more reeling them in so they can listen to the instructions and then get back to the activity. So as a PE teacher, that really warms my heart that I don't have to really motivate this person, and they motivate everybody else to kind of move with them. So my Energizer Bunny Award goes to Hudson Lovett. The last award I'm going to give out, as we transition from middle school into high school, we start to get away from a lot of the team sports and games and into more lifelong activities. And one of those that we introduced at the end of the year is weightlifting and how to do it safely and kind of the proper form. And I had one student who came in, as they said, farm strong and ready to really get after it and constantly pushed. And once they demonstrated the form, they were like, I want more weight. I want more weight. So this student is what I'm going to call our weight room warrior. He was constantly asking, can I go back to the weight room? Can I do more in the weight room? And it's really exciting to hear that he has a really solid base for exercise and for physical fitness, and I hope he sticks with this moving through, and we're working hard to try and get some sort of either weightlifting club or class, and I would love to see him in it. That is Wyatt Wilson, our weight room warrior.
O&M department would come up, Miss Jessica Belcher and Miss Connie Hill.
Hi, so I have had the pleasure of doing O&M with several of the students since January. And it's been a fun semester, a lot of learning for me as well for them. So I have one award to give today for orientation ability. This goes to a student that always not only keeps me on my toes, but keeps me on track. Definitely always make sure that I'm where I'm supposed to be, when I'm supposed to be there. We have a lesson, Miss Belcher, it's time to go. If I have to move the lesson, they're reminding me all day long and asking me, are we doing the lesson today? Are you sure? What period? And so they're always very eager to learn, very inquisitive. And so my most outstanding O&M award this year goes to Joseph Turpin.
Hi, I'm Connie Hill, also orientation and mobility. This year, this is my first year working with this one student in particular, and this is the most inquisitive award. Kept me on my toes, wanted to know different addresses, different businesses, different routes. Everything was what, where, when, why, how, time. And that is Shimmy Lord.
Thank you, Jess and Connie. Now I'd like to introduce to you our technology teacher, and I have to take a moment just because he and I co-teach together, and I just must say that I am jealous what our kids get to learn in middle and high school about technology that I had to learn along the way, sort of, and from them. So, Mr. Allen, if you will take care of your technology.
All right, good morning, everyone. I'm Mr. Wendell Boachara. I've been teaching middle school. This is 6th graders and 8th graders with a few 7th graders. Basically digital literacy, how to, act properly online, how to practice their keyboarding, how to use Microsoft products. So with some of the 6th graders, I think I might have scared them a little bit with some of the things that they could encounter on the internet, but remember I told you that, I'm not telling you to not get on the internet, but I'm telling you to make sure you're being smart and use it responsibly. All right, but for today, I've got some keyboarding awards, and I know keyboarding, some of them really try to fight it, and fighting their practice. Some of them try to fight practicing it properly with using their own rows. But these students have been very diligent with practicing when I asked them to, practicing it properly. So I got one with the Keyboarding Warrior Award with over 12 hours of keyboarding practice, and that's Miss Muska Ali. And then this second keyboarding award, I had a few criteria about it, practicing when I asked them to, practicing it properly, and having the highest words per minute average throughout the school year, and that is Mr. David East with an average words per minute of 26 for this school year.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. And now we're going to introduce our guidance counselor, Ms. Courtney Schuster. And as she comes up, if you could just give a really strong round of applause, because she and her cohort, Ms. Whitley Combs, support the middle school team in their growing and changing and sometimes being overwhelmed, and they just mean so much to us in the way that they support us. So please join me.
Good morning. As Ms. Parker said, I'm Ms. Schuster. I'm the school counselor here, and I could not do what I do without Ms. Whitley, our social worker. So I'd like to give some awards for testing. I know testing's not always a super fun thing to talk about, especially not for the kids, a super fun thing to do, but we do want to honor those students that did really well on testing. So here in Kentucky, students take the Kentucky Summative Assessments, and those were previously known as KPREP. They changed over to KSA a few years ago, and they are actually developed by teachers and aligned with the Kentucky academic standards in each content area. So these tests are given in grades 3 through 8, 10 and 11 to Kentucky public school students. And content area assessments, including reading and math at those grades, science, social studies, writing, and editing and mechanics once per grade band. So once in elementary, once in middle, and once in high. So these assessments are technically the Kentucky's measure of student proficiency and progress on the state content standards. The standards establish goals for what students should know and be able to do in each grade. KSA testing is typically completed during the last 14 instructional days of the school year. So these awards are actually for testing that happened last school year in 2021 and 2022 school year. So students, when I call your name, I will say what area you scored, and I will be bringing something to you. I have a medal for each of you. And actually on the back of the medal, it's Braille KSA for Kentucky Summative Assessment. So hopefully you'll remember what you earned that for. Okay, so Addison Clarkson. Please stand. Addison scored proficient in reading. Would Haley Hidner please stand? Haley scored proficient in editing mechanics. Our next award winner actually received proficient in 2 areas of testing, in social studies and writing. So 2 medals will be going to Mr. Joseph Turpin. We have another student that scored proficient in 2 areas, math and reading. And these will go to Sheeny Willoughby. And last but not least, the student scored proficient in reading, David Yeast. Okay, so this concludes our celebrating this wonderful group of middle school students. Families, if you're taking your child with you, please make sure to sign them out with Miss Whitley. There's a sign-out sheet over at the podium. And we just want to make sure that everyone has a fun and safe summer. And also, it looks like there might be a white truck in the traffic circle that needs to be moved. So hopefully somebody will take care of that. So thank you for coming. Have a wonderful afternoon.